Hey guys, hey, it's John from ReelBlue Custom Rods, and today we're going to do a video on how to do a spiral wrap, or what some people refer to as a barber pole wrap. And to do that, I think today what I want to do, I'm working on one of my what I call a coastal cutthroat, basically a light saltwater rod. I'm going to use a black and a gold metallic thread wrap to do this barber wrap. And I think I'm going to mostly stick with kind of a majority of a gold color. And this spiral wrap, will basically be a fade spiral wrap. So to get started, the first thing you need to do, of course, is know what your rod diameter is, and you can get that either from the manufacturer at the bottom, or if you measure it, you measure the rod butt. You get the circumference, you divide the circumference by 3.14159, and that'll give you the rod butt diameter. And then you can see what I've done here is I've taken that diameter and measured this out. So this is about, for me, it's about 6/8, 6/16 is about my rod diameter. So each one of these marks here is 6/16 of an inch. And so what I've done is I've marked it on the top and I've marked it on the bottom. And that's going to give me an idea where I want to start at. So again, the first thing I did is I've measured the rod diameter. And I have a video on how to measure rod diameters properly, and you can see that here on the screen. And I'll put the link down below in the description so you guys can find that as well. But the first thing I did was measure out my rod diameter, and then I marked it on the top center of the rod and the back center of the rod. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Okay, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Wrap some of this gold around the double-sided tape. So I have double-sided tape here and another piece right down here on the other end of the screen. And now I'm just going to kind of come on, and I want to find my mark. And so all I'm trying to do is cross over at my marks that I've made with my rod diameter. So I'm just starting this first thread, and I'm, again, making sure I'm getting right on my marks. You come down to the double-sided tape right here. And once I have it on there, I'll go ahead and lock that down. All right, so basically what I've done, as you can see, is I've got my first mark. I've skipped every other spot. All right, so important to note. So I came down onto the rod, crossed my first spot at my rod diameter measurement, and then I skip a spot, then I cross, skip, cross, skip, cross, skip, right? So that's going to be my first line. And that's basically what I'm going to use, or what I'm going to call as my center wrap. So I think what I want to do, I want to start off with the gold first. So I think what I want to do, I just got to pick a number. I like to always use, when I'm using fade wraps, I always like to use odd numbers. For some reason, I think it just kind of looks better, or has an easier transition when you're doing the fade wrap. So let's say the number is, let's go with 7. So this is going to be my center wrap, if you will, or my center thread. Now on each side of this, I am going to do 3 wraps. So 3 wraps on this side, on the top, 3 wraps on the bottom. All right, so I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back. All right. Okay, guys, so we're back, and as you can see, I've got 7 wraps, right? So I did 1 center line wrap, and then I did 3 on either side of that gold wrap to give me a total of 7. And let me just show you another trick really quick here that I do. So as you can see, when I'm doing something like a spiral wrap, or what some people again refer to as a barber pole wrap, whatever. So this is my double-sided sticky tape. So when I'm doing this and I'm only making 1 run of thread in one direction, right, working from the bottom to the top of the rod, I'll always tie off at the top, and I'll work my way down to just trying to maximize my use of the tape that's available, you know, using less tape, you know, versus you just kind of wrapping it all over the place. So again, my first wrap always goes to the very top, and then every additional wrap after that, I slightly work lower and lower and lower, you know, giving me more space to use on the tape, if you will. So just a trick. Thought I'd share that with you. So now what I'm going to do, let me zoom out really quick. So we're going to go to the black thread this time. And same thing. So I've got, like I said, I've got the 7 wraps of the gold on there. And now what I want to do, once I get this black thread started here. Okay, so I've got the 7 wraps of the gold, and now what I want to do is I want to come down and I want to do a black on each side of the gold, right? All right, so there we go. So I'm going to come down and put a black wrap again, we're doing, you know, I'm working to do a fade spiral wrap. So, and you can do, you know, all kinds of different ways to do spiral wraps, you know, with like your colors and stuff. But this one I'm trying to go for a fade one. So as you guys can see here, I'm now kind of changing up again real quick, but right here, I'm just coming where that next available spot on the tape is at, trying to maximize my use of the tape, make a few rounds, give it a nice tug so it seats into that tape and it stays on there, right? And then, so the reason why I want to do 1 black on either side is so I did 7 gold. Now I'm going to do 1 black on either side, and then the next gold color, I would go 1 down from my initial wrap. So I started with 7. So 7 gold, 1 black, 6 gold, 2 black, right? In that kind of sequence. Now we're going to come down on the top side with the black. So while I'm doing this, hey, if this is your first time on my channel and you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there on the bottom right, and subscribe to my channel and turn on the alerts. That way you get notifications the next time I post a video. And again, for those of you that, you know, if this is your first time visiting, hey, I post videos on every Monday at about 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then, of course, if you like what I'm doing so far, go ahead and hit the like button. All right. So we got that on there. So as you can see, I'm just doing a little bit of tightening up here, burnishing tool. But as you can see, 7 gold, right? And then 1 black. Now my next color is going to be 6 gold. All right, so let me go ahead and do 6 gold on one side, and we'll take a look and see what that looks like. Okay, guys, so you can see I only did the the 7 gold in the middle, 1 black on either side, and then I'm working on the downside, so I just did 6 wraps here. So you can see the 6 wraps here. All right, instead of going back on the other side, I just want to kind of show you, build this bottom side a little bit. So I did 7 gold, right, initially, 1 black, 6 gold. So now I'm going to come back, wraps of black thread. And again, this is metallic thread that I'm using. I like to use Pro Wrap thread. There's a lot of good thread brands out there, but I like Pro Wrap for some reason. So now I'm going to come back under here with 2 wraps of black. So this is going to be the first one. Back over that piece there. We're going to lock it down. I'm going to lock this black thread down. And then we're going to come back up here again and start our second black wrap. And so now you can see that second wrap right next to the first is really starting to make that black stand out. I'm going to lock that down. So you can see now, right? Really kind of see how it's coming together. Of course, I'll have to burnish this all. Excuse me. I have to burnish this all in together. Right, as we continue to do the wrap, I have to burnish it in. But you can see how it's starting to come together, right? Starting to come together pretty good, actually. And when I burnish it, I don't want to put a lot of pressure because I don't want to move off my center line. Because as you can kind of see, we're basically going to be working these ends together, right? So we're going to working down this way, and then I'm going to start working up this way. So if we come off that center line or our cross marks here on that initial wrap, that initial thread wrap we did, that's going to basically put us off, and we could end up with some gaps. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back, break away. I'm going to come back and do the 6 gold wraps above the first black wrap here, and then we'll see what that looks like. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so we're back, and you can see that I've got the 7 center wraps, the 1 black wrap on either side with 2 black wraps on the other side of that. So again, I gotta do some burnishing work here. All right, so you can see 7 wraps of gold in the middle, 1 wrap of black on either side, 6 wraps of gold on the side of that, with 2 black wraps on this side, 2 black wraps on this side. And again, we're working in either direction at the same time. So 7 gold, 1 black, 6 gold, 2 black. This time will be 5 gold and then 3 black on either side. So what I'll do is we'll just kind of get started with a little bit of gold wrap here. All right, so we'll get started with some gold wrap. And I think what we'll do is we'll go to the bottom side. we can see that going on there. So I really like how this spiral wrap or barber pole wrap. Again, just your preference on what you want to call it, but I call it a spiral wrap, and the spiral fade wrap is what I like to do. I think it gives it character. I really like fade wraps. I really see myself doing a bit more of them on some people's custom rod builds. I just think it's another way to give your rod character, especially when you consider the colors that you could use, and then the types of thread you can use, whether a color fast thread or they're just regular thread or it's a metallic thread. I think it all can contribute to a great overall look on your rod, a custom look on your rod. So now I'm doing number 2 here on the bottom. Again, I want to do 5 of these, and then I'll follow up with 3 black. And if you're a first time tuning into ReelBlue Custom Rods and you like what I'm doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there on the bottom right, and hit that little bell for alerts. And you guys will get alerted every time I post a new video. And my videos are always posted on Mondays at 4 o'clock, Pacific Standard Time. And then, of course, whether you're a subscriber or you're not a subscriber, if you like what I'm doing and you're digging this spiral wrap video, go ahead and hit the like button down there, and leave me a comment down or a note down in the comments and let me know what you think. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with 5 gold wraps, and then I'm going to follow back up with 3 black wraps on this one side, and we'll take a look and see what that looks like here in a second. All right, guys, welcome back. So you can see that I've done the 7, 6, and 5 gold wraps and the 1, 2, 3 black wraps. So 7 gold, 1 black, 6 gold, 2 black, 5 gold, 3 black. So now I'm going to go 4 gold and then 4 black on either side. So 4 gold on this side, 4 gold on this side, then 4 black on this side, then 4 black on that side. And that's how we're continuing that fade. And then once we get past the 4 point, or what we'll call the break even point, that's when the majority of the wraps will become black and the rest of the wraps will become gold, right? So, and again, we're working towards the middle portion here. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get the gold wraps and the black wraps on here. So 4 and 4, and then we'll take a look. We'll take a look and see what that looks like. All right. Okay, guys. So I finished up I'll start down here. So I finished up the 4 and 4. So the 4 gold and the 4 black. And now I'm just burnishing at it. So what I do is I burnish after the gold. So after I make all the gold wraps, I'll burnish the gold wraps. After I do all the black wraps, I'll burnish the black wraps in. I'm just twisting the rod and applying a little bit of pressure, not a lot, just to get those to move over, right? And so we can see how this is coming out. I still have a little spot there which I can blend in with the burnishing tool, right? So, but this is what we're looking like. So we have the 7 gold, 6 gold. So 7 gold, 1 black, 6 gold, 2 black, 5 gold, 3 black, 4 gold, 4 black. And then we did that in both directions, the top and the bottom side. So now we would come back with the 3 gold on either side, followed by the 5 black. And that's going to get us closer to being actually right up in the middle, to where we blended the 2 wraps together, both the top and the bottom piece. So this is what it's looking like so far. And I'm just burnishing tool out a little bit, and then I'll finish burnishing that part out once it's done. But yeah, so now what I want to do is I want to come over, zoom out a little bit. So now we're going to take that gold thread. All right, and this is really a pale gold. And the reason I chose this pale gold is I have an aluminum insert on this reel seat, and it's a pale gold color. So I wanted to kind of make it look like it carried through from the reel seat all the way out, So, all right, so got that going on. We're going to go over we're going to do the top part. All right. Remember, we're just doing three of these gold wraps. Come down to the end, double-sided sticky tape. Wrap that off. And again, on this spiral wrap or our barber pole wrap, we're just moving in one direction. So we're moving from basically the reel seat towards the tip top on these wraps. Not doing any down and back or anything like that. So this will be the second one. Get nice and snug. Trim it off, and then we're going to come back with our last gold wrap for this set of wraps. So this is number 3 of 3. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just making a little adjustment here. So this is number 3 of 3. All right. So third wrap for the gold one. Get that on there nice and tight. Cut it, and then now what we're going to do, because like I said earlier, I come in the burnishing when I'm done with that color. So I've come in with that burnishing tool now, and I'm just going to rotate the rod. Apply a little bit of pressure. I don't want to apply a lot because I don't want to, accidentally come off and go skimming across and then, pop one of these threads over the other. All right, so now you can see where we've added the 3 gold wraps. Now I got to add 3 gold wraps to the bottom side. Bear with me. Alright, so come on, tie this one off. Oop, don't want that to spin off. After we do these gold wraps, I'll probably add some more tape actually. You know what? Why wait? Let's just go ahead and do that now. What I don't want to do is I don't want that line to pop off, so I'm just going to add some masking tape. Come back over itself. Oops. Keep going around. Now come back over itself. Now I've got that double-sided tape. So that was once around. Now I want to come down for 2. Oops. A little little thread. That last rep got a little loose on there. We got to tuck back in. All right, got that in there. You want to come back with one more gold. All right, I'm getting that in there. And we'll lock this one down. All right, so we lock that one down. Now, one last time, we're going to come by here. Oops. And just a little bit of pressure with the burnishing tool, excuse me, as I turn the rod, just to keep those threads nice and dressed. All right, and then so as you can see, now once I get all these threads in, I'll come in and burnish this down a little bit more. But as you can see, 7 gold, 1 black, 6 gold, 2 black, 5 gold, 3 black, 4 gold, 4 black, 3 gold. Now I want to go 5 black on the outside of this one, right? And then the same thing on the back side of this one. So on the top, now I need to come back with 5 black here, 5 black here, and this is where we get the majority of the thread wrap starting to be black. So, hey, you know, let me know what you guys think. If you like the idea, if you like the color schemes with the black and the gold, if you like the fade wrap that I'm doing in this spiral wrap or barber pole wrap, whatever you like to call it, leave me a comment down there and let me know what you think. Or if there's something different that you guys want to see me do, you know, please, you know, feel free to make a comment down there and let me know if you want me to do demonstrate how to do a different type of wrap. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the 5 black on either side, and then we'll come back and take a look and see what that looks like, okay? Okay, guys. So I've done the 5 black and the 5 black, you know, on the top and the bottom side. So as you can see it, now what I want to do actually, I'm just kind of going in here and burnishing this in a little bit. All right, so what I've decided, instead of coming back with some gold in there, which would be 2 gold on either side, so it would be 2 gold on the top, 2 gold on the bottom, and then I'd have to try to squeeze in 6 black. And because there's you know, this gold can be, I mean, I like the gold color and it could be overpowering, but I think to keep it in balance, what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to fill this spot right here. I'm just going to continue to wrap with black, and we'll see how that comes out. So this, okay, guys. So as you can see, for this spiral fade wrap that I did, I finished it off with the black, and it's got a good black band in it, which is what I really kind of wanted. I think it balances out better with a bit more of a black band with that gold, because, you know, gold can be quite overpowering. But this is what it looks like when it's finished. And so I just kind of filled it in with the black there, and it came out pretty good. So yeah, so I hope you guys like this. I hope this this tutorial, if you will, was beneficial and you got something out of it. You know, again, if this is your first time, please, you know, first time on my channel, please hit the subscribe button if you like what I'm doing. Also, if you want to leave, you know, any remarks or anything below down in the comments block, feel free to do so. Let me know what you think. And And if you like it, go ahead and hit the like button. And really, I think that's pretty much it. So we basically did the spiral or Barber wrap with a fade wrap on it. And so what I'll do is I'll continue to kind of work the burnishing tool on some of these spots with the thread and kind of fill that in a little bit better, make it look, tighten it up just a little bit more. And then what I'll do is I will zoom out a little bit. I will tie this end off here with an overwrap, with a black overwrap, and I'll tie this end back here off with a black overwrap as well. This is where my decals and stuff will go. So the majority of this right here will be visible once the epoxy goes on. So again, well, I hope you guys like it. And until next time, take care.